Tarará, tarará.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
Another meaningless day.
O cara parece um cowboy falando assim.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Boa. Ai, calma aí. Deixa eu já dar um sacode aqui na manifestação trovejante, né? Vem. Vem.
Let the mighty be humble. Stabilize.
Boba, get them. I see everything.
I will have order. Settle down.
Commit it to memory.
Derrotei. Quem disse que o Neuvelete é fraco, né? Ai, só o sábados e os domingos. Ah, na quarta vai dar. Bom, farma pra Raiden, né? O domínio pra farmar ela é esse daqui, né? Esse daqui mesmo, selo da insolação. Vou usar esse time aqui mesmo.
Be sanctified.
Everyone hold hands.
Solidify.
Nice and spicy.
Tira a mão da onde?
This is order. Gather. Bow your head.
Caraca, meu filhote. Ai, não quero isso não, jogo.
Stabilize.
I see everything. Share my knowledge.
The tides beckon.
Caraca. Tá ruim, mas beleza. É o que eu tenho, né? Ah, calma aí. Daqui é a flor, né? É flor, beleza. Tá de boa.
Gather.
Everyone hold hands. Right,
Be sanctified.
Take. Everyone hold hands.
Solidify.
Boba, get them.
Settle down.
Toma! Ai, cálice de defesa.
At the frying pan.
Bow your head.
You're toast.
The tides beckon.
Boa. Oba, areia de recarga com taxa. É raro de ver isso por aí. Areia de recarga com taxa. Pensa numa coisa rara. Deixa eu ver. Ah, desse negócio aqui eu já tenho aqui de dano eletro. Não tenho nada do selo aqui, né? Não. Aqui do selo só tenho esse aqui que tá ruim. E do selo aqui eu não tenho nada. Calma. Será que tem como pegar selo da insolação aqui? Deixa eu ver. Meteoro invertido, bruxa, profundezas. Selo da insolação, olha só. Cálice. Cálice é... né? Vida. Vamos ver. Nossa, nossa! Mano! Ai! Que dor. Ai! Isso daqui eu gostei. Pera aí, deixa eu ver se eu consigo pegar mais coisa aqui. Não, essa tiara de vida aqui é um crime. É um completo crime isso daí. Um completíssimo crime. É. Mas calma aí, teve um artefato aqui que me interessei em um ponto significativo. Ai, sério que eu tô vida. Beleza, upou o dano. Podia ter sido melhor. Podia ter sido muito melhor. Mas fazer o quê? Mas fazer o quê? Bom dia, Magna. Tudo bom? Ainda bem que você chegou agora, você não viu o crime que o Genshin cometeu comigo aqui agora há pouco. Ainda bem que você não viu esse crime que o Genshin cometeu agora há pouco. Nananana.
Stabilize!
This may turn a little nice and spicy.
Silence!
Fala qual parte? Quando eu tô... Acho que foi no meu último farm de artefato.
Bow your head.
Foi no meu último farm de artefato.
Let the mighty be humble. I will have order. Gather.
Roll. Nice and spicy.
Stabilize.
At the frying pan.
Settle down.
Deixa eu ver, já tô com conta desse trem aqui já. Já tô com 27 já. Nem sei de quantos no mínimo eu tenho que ter aqui pra upar todo. Faltam 8 horas ainda pra iniciar esse abismo. Só amanhã mesmo. que tem aqui? Ai, preciso de uma chave.
Boba, get them! Committed to memory. This may turn a little nice and spicy. Race you!
Opa, obrigado, jogo.
What a bountiful harvest!
Ah, mas não tem nada aqui em cima. Ou será que tem?
Solidify!
I see everything! Out of the frying pan!
Silence!
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession. Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure chest has at least made it a worthwhile experience.
Gather!
Grow! Race!
Settle down!
O baúzinho precioso.
Stabilize!
Nice and spicy!
Silence!
de mora brilhante, reluzente. Se nós chegarmos no tesouro antes dos malvados, eles podem tentar pegar a gente e nos forçar a dividir com eles. Calma aí, eu já vou pegar o time da Rotal porque eu tenho quase certeza que eu vou ter que enfrentar esse time aqui. Esse bichão aqui, ó. Que som. Virgil, o que está acontecendo? Sinto muito, eu cometi um erro terrível. Foi só durante nossa expedição que eu percebi que esse não era o local do fórum Lilia Crucis, mas sim as ruínas da escola de filosofia natural. Não tem tesouro nenhum aqui, mas há muitos experimentos sobre máquinas e energias. E agora, meus caros amigos, outro experimento está para começar. Quanto aos tesouros, seria errado dizer que não há nenhum por aqui. Como aventureiros experientes, tenho certeza que você adquiririam muita mora e outros itens preciosos ao longo da sua jornada, não? Eu vou retornar após a conclusão do experimento para coletar os tesouros que vocês deixaram para trás. Ah, e não se preocupem, eu vou usá-los bem. Caraca, bicho. Tô preparadão pra ele. Vem. Vem, bichão, vem. Corda. Quero lutar.
Strike a pose.
Me apeteça.
Cross over.
Olha, ele se regenera. Gostei.
No, my sword. Let the world come alive. Let me read you a book.
This is order.
Rain out.
Oh. Imagina se a gente ficasse... Ah, eu ia ficar dando uma surra eterna naquele bicho. Simples assim. O bicho, eu ia levar uma surra eterna. E aí, João, tudo bem? Boa noite, boa noite. Ah, eu não sei. Embaixo d'água até tudo bonito, realmente. Já posso dar um tiro. Isso aqui é em Sumero também. Deixa eu dar esse tiro aqui. Ai, não brilha nunca esse negócio. Deixa eu ver, faltam 16 dias. Ah, vai acabar. Ai, o negócio da Raiden vai acabar antes. Que droga. Academia.
Okay, I understand. Since Sino is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions. But I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Beleza.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Sino happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
Sejam rápidos. Eu tenho novidade pra você? Qual é a novidade então? Tô com preguiça, jogo. Obrigado.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything? Huh, it reminds Paimon of Sino's former partner.
His former partner? That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Sino didn't know about it.
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life not long after he went to prison. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation goes back a long way now. He used to be Sino's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Sino mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Mortada incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Mortada was born. So when Mortada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant
Eu tô
dispute with his
aprendendo
father,
karatê e boxe.
but they were eventually able to work things
Caraca.
out. Not long after they had reconciled, Mortada
Se
was caught
daí vai
studying the
bater
Court of
muita
Desolation,
gente, hein?
which is in violation of academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj arrived at the scene, it was already too late. He never had a last chance to see his son. Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful.
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect
Mas eu
Taj.
vou utilizar para o bem. Sabe as palavras.
Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death. Or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back. Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Mantra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Paimon's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
Posso fazer uma pergunta pra você? A personalidade da Raiden Shogun e a personalidade dela é do bem? Então,
now that I think about it,
tem a
there's no way
Raiden
so many
Shogun
boxes could ever get
e a
through without
Raiden Ei.
drawing any attention. Maybe we could try
A
asking people
Raiden
around the
Ei
gate of
meio
the
que não tem
academia and see what
personalidade
we can
própria.
find.
Ela tenta
Don't worry,
seguir
Tosh. I
a
won't let your reputation
personalidade
be tarnished.
da Raiden Ei.
Alrighty then, let's go
E a
ask
Raiden
around.
Ei é meio que... Ela é meio que neutra, né? Na missão lendária dela, ela acaba se mostrando ter uma personalidade boa quando ela convive mais com o viajante. Porque mostra um pouco do passado dela, das marionetes que ela criou, né? Que ela tem 3 marionetes. Uma que é a Raiden Shogun, outra que é uma Raiden Shogun danificada. Tanto que essa Raiden Shogun aí é danificada é o boss de missão... esqueci o nome do... Calma aí. Cadê? É o boss desse tipo de material aqui, sabe? Não lembro o nome certo. De material de elevação. Ah, tá. Boss de talento, certo. Lembrei. Boss de talento. E a terceira marionete é o Escaramute. Aí mostra. Aí a personalidade dela até que bem bacana. Eu gosto da personalidade dela.
What a pleasant surprise! Truly an extra slice of joy.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Calma aí. Eu gosto muito do Escaramuche, ele tem uma história tão triste, eu entendo muito o passado dele. É bem triste. Pior que é bem triste mesmo. Eu queria muito o reencontro desses dois, velho. Porque desde que a Ai começou a conviver um pouco com o viajante, ela mudou muito a personalidade dela. Acho que ela seria mais amorosa com os Scaramucci se eles se reencontrassem.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Peraí, tô vendo uma coisinha aqui, ó.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Ah, beleza.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something.
Não, mas
But you know what
agora ele tá do lado
A man
do Benji
named
aqui.
Taj came here and
Ele
told me
está
that
se
he already
redimir.
inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the
É,
researcher
realmente.
alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Possible.
Na verdade não é que ele está se
There must be
redimir,
some
né?
sort of
Que ele
mistake.
meio que
There's no way Taj
perdeu
would
as
ever...
memórias dele, né? Ah, não. Na missão lendária dele ele recupera as
No,
memórias, né?
I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable
É,
man.
realmente, tá se redimindo.
Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would... Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Oh, não.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, What should we do then? Do we break in?
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission. You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind. What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes. This is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Sino might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own. You're right, that's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Sino and let him decide how to proceed.
Ai, não, mapa do tesouro não. Ai,
Taj really... I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well.
All right, we'll give these to Sino and...
Ai, 41 gemas só. E aí, Sino?
Well, Sino, what do you make of it?
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man. Although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time, he would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change. Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become. That's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? What a wild and desolate sight! Allow me to grant you the blessing of water.
Obrigado.
If we bury it, maybe it'll spring back to life.
Tô nem aí, tô nem aí. Ah, sério o jogo.
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Toma.
Look! These walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find. Whoa! Is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Nowhere to run!
Obrigado. Caraca, 101 de taxa. Que isso? Quarenta e um, 52.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in. That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Stabilize! Bow your head. Surrender!
Judgment is upon you. Taj.
Ah, Sino. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Sino. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
Finalmente vamos lutar?
This power is mine. Solidify!
Commit it to memory.
I I will set things right no matter what the cost.
Nice and spicy.
Nowhere to run!
Toma!
As I thought.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list, but you will not fool me. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Huh? What do you mean, Sino?
He never planned on opening the door.
Nunca pensou em abrir a porta.
His true intention was...
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, that is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even...
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out. That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place. But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The Academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the Academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the Academia alone.
So,
alone.
You pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless, and making no compromise. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn. You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
Alright, Dad. Let's start over. By the way,
Nossa.
I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Nossa, véi.
Huh? The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies.
Velho, não.
Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end. To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules. Whether their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation. That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you, but you've already done enough.
Já me ajudaram
Just leave the
bastante.
rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger.
Não dá, velho. Você é
So,
muito lindo. Meu Deus.
That's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebob 4 days from now.
Véi, se a habilidade elemental do Sino não fosse só ele dando um dash pra frente, eu ia pegar muito ele. Eu queria muito que a habilidade elemental dele fosse que nem a da Rutal, que é imbuir elemento na arma e ficar atacando. Queria muito que fosse isso. Ravi do Blowcino? Então, né? É o Ravi da pizza. Será que a gente... Será que foi trocado? Será que agora é o Ravi das piadas e o Sino da pizza? Nossa, espere 4 dias passarem, meu Deus, espera aí. Caraca, velho, 4 dias. Dez mil anos depois. Nove mil anos depois.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ripad, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared. The last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end.
Yay.
At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Sino crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Radkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Sino all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Is Sino alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous when he's around now. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done... By the way, are you guys here to see Sino? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime.
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Murtada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Murtada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant. After Murtada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days.
Sino! Tighnari! Oh, so Tighnari must be who Nabil saw earlier.
That's right. Sino asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Simin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember. And Sino, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG, huh? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek canned knowledge. So, I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case.
But what if...
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner. I'll be fine. There are many things many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj. But I didn't share details with anyone. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Aí.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone.
Eu gosto da nata também, também.
Yeah, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Eita.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective, A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through. Where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is, we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with... Huh.
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble
Quero
in
ter de volta.
Fontaine,
E
you're
aí,
always
João,
welcome to
tudo bom?
contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Eu também gosto da nave? Eu gosto. Aqui, minha nave aqui. Minha nave de guerra. 45, 177. Tá com peixão aqui, tô nem aí. Vai ficar de peixão. Só essa pluma aqui que eu tenho que melhorar dela aqui. E essa areia.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Ugh. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache? Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Marcianide.
Vache, are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in... I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be. No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth. Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Eita. Eita, caraca!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Clorand?
Eita! Opa! Gostei dela. Ela tem que estar na minha conta.
Quick, now's our chance!
Caraca! Oh. Gamei. Só que tenho certeza que a personagem não vai ser tão incrível assim em jogabilidade. Nunca ficam.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same.
Nossa, eu fiquei gamadão nela.
Do not speak of my father.
Sorry,
E aí, Chase?
I was not strong
Tudo bom?
enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Huh. I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude
Tô
that
bem
some
também.
powerful or
Só
wealthy
sei,
party must
só
have
sei nesse
obtained them
momento
via
aqui que eu tô
illegal
gamado
means.
nessa cloringe aí e
Deploying
quero
them
ela
as
na
a
minha
private
conta.
force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clarand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and now
Pô, a gente nunca tá acordado quando tem instrutores de inimigo.
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clarand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kinda salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes.
Spina di Rosula.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go after us, too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess, too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the Traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then? Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Com certeza.
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important.
Isso é mesmo muito importante, viu só?
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been... Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Beleza. $115. Ah, não. Ai, é longe. Quero andar não. Sinto muito, jogo, vou andar não.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Jeito fácil e prático. Foi perfeito da queda.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently...
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena.
Nossa.
3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him? Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end. Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah, Paimon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Não quero dormir, não. Ninguém vai me obrigar. Quero não. 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 Vai.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Huh?
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Vamos ver nosso ilustre.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Vai, eu vou derrotar esse bichão aqui só mais uma vez, aí a gente para a live por hoje, tá? Vamos ver, que time eu uso? Vai vocês mesmo.
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Rain outlines your fate. Shower me with praise. Let the world come off. Witness the power. This isn't good. know my sword!
Yay! Minha Ru, tal como sempre, sem gritar. No dia que ela gritar, meu irmão. Deixa eu ver uma coisinha aqui. Noelle. Deixa eu matar esse bichinho aqui, ó. Já até sei com que vai ser, né? Já até sei com quem vai ser.
Strike a pose!
Ai, ai, como é fácil ter a Furiana.
Shower me with praise!
Gather!
A proper send-off from the Stina with love. Watch out! Hiya! Tap!
Stabilize!
Hiya! Our bond is strong. Feeling lucky? Hiya! Tap! Lightning terrified!
Esqueci que o bicho ele é a prova de, né?
Alright, let my name echo in song! Watch out!
This is order. Solidify!
Attack! Out of my way! Strike a pose! Time to shine! Watch out!
Stabilize!
Boa. Só pra eu ter mais um tirinho. Cadê?
I wonder when I'll be a...
Beleza. Caraca, que raro. Ai, não, tá com 4 ali. Ai, velho, poderia ser 5 ali, né? Poxa, jogo, você me odeia. E eu me odeio. E o meu Deus Gaming ganhou a Lisa, é raridade.
Would you care to sit down?
Quer tomar um chá comigo? Não quero não, obrigado. Deixa eu ver aqui. Eu ganho 60. Se eu ganhar 60 aqui, eu já vou ter mais um nível, né? Eu vou ter mais um tirinho, né? Bordo. Ai, fiz errado aqui. Bordo. Madeira radiante. Boa. Entendi. Pronto. Ai, jogo. Ah, não tem, agora é. Boa! Da forma do paraíso.
Would you care to sit down?
Não quero não. Ai. Ele nem tá brilhando. Droga, jogo. Deixa eu ver, tem que dar quantos tiros aqui pra pelo menos brilhar. Droga. Bom, amanhã eu consigo mais tiros por causa do abismo, né? Então, amanhã a gente vai continuar aqui, né, gente? Vamos parar por enquanto eu ainda tenho sanidade mental. E até mais.